Hey guys, today we got an important video. If you are a little bit frustrated with your topspin backhand, specifically the one-hander, I'm going to share with you today the top 3 silent killers. Once you learn these, you're going to be hitting more power, more spin, and the ball is going to go in more. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay guys, so we just finished up our 7-day forehand challenge, and now we're diving into the backhand. And I find that the one-handed backhand in particular is a shot that so many people struggle with. They're having a tough time getting enough topspin and power, and lots of times they feel that that backhand is being bullied and they're getting pushed all around the court. So there's 3 killers that I've come up with that kind of have this happen, which have you leak power. I like to call them power leaks. So I'm over here and I've got my Topspin Pro. By the way, if you're watching this is when all kind of the craziness is going on all over the world. So if you want to practice by yourself, you might want to pick yourself up one of these Topspin Pros. But I'm just going to use this to kind of demonstrate. So the first major power leak that I see people do has to do with their setup and getting themselves in the proper preparation power position. And you want to think of it kind of like your wrist lag. You know how coaches on the forehand are famously talking about a lag and snap on that forehand. Well, on the backhand, you're also going to lag, but it's completely different. You see, when you're going to hit a forehand and you're lagging, you can still really see that racket butt cap coming towards a tennis ball. Well, lots of people make the same mistake when they're getting ready to hit the one-handed backhand. They're here, they're facing the butt cap towards the tennis ball. That's as far as it goes. So if I have the ball here and you can see my butt cap facing the ball and then going to hit, I'm leaving a lot of power on the table. So I'm going to show you from a side and a back view what the pros are doing to get a lot more power on their backhand than you're doing, because we're going to help you fix all of these power killers, these silent killers on the backhand. So what a professional will do, and I'll just bring it back this way, is rather than stopping right here and then going forward, which is again leaving a lot of power, a lot of spin off the table, as a professional is eventually, after they get set and they come up and they come down, here's where things are very, very necessary, is that racket butt cap is actually going to go right to the side fence, all right? And your strings are actually going to face right to the back fence. Now again, this is completely different than a topspin forehand, especially, you know, the modern forehand where everybody says keep everything to the dominant side of your body. On a one-hand backhand, you are actually pulling that racket behind you and you're getting set here. And then when you do that, you're going to be able to come and get under that ball and come with a lot more spin on the ball. You see that? And hit a lot more power on your backhand as well. So that's the first thing I want you to practice. And one thing you can do, rather than worry about a loop and everything, because that is a lot of trouble. First of all, you got to get the right grip. That's another thing that kind of makes this a silent killer, is people will have what I call a weak grip. So they kind of are holding the racket like this. You see that? And then when they go to hit, they only get back to here, then they're kind of having to push through the ball. That kind of look like the old John McEnroe stroke, right? Well, the pros now, how they're ripping that topspin is they have the motorcycle grip. So think about this like a handlebar, and you're going to grab and put your knuckles on the top, okay? A very aggressive move, which is going to have the string slightly face the ground. That's going to help us pull back here and then be able to come up and brush the tennis ball, okay? Pull back here, get under, come up, brush the tennis ball. So one thing you can do, you make sure you got that motorcycle grip, and you're just going to hold your racket back to the fence like this, and then practice tossing the ball out in front of you, and then grabbing the handle back here and then swinging through. So this is something you could do by yourself. So again, you're here, you're going to point that racket right to the back fence. You can just look at it to make sure it's there, then grab the handle and stroke the backhand. I'll show you what that looks like from the back. So again, right here, I'm just holding the racket. You can see it's facing towards you guys. You'll notice a lot of the great pros, Roger Federer, Stan Wawrinka, they all get back there right here. So you're just going to get back there in the beginning. Forget about the loop and all that cool looking stuff. You'll get to that in another video. But on this video, just worry about getting here, feeling yourself grab it in the power position, and stroke your backhand and seeing that topspin get on the ball. Again, right here, work on grabbing it and coming up and hitting that topspin backhand. You do that over and over again, then you're going to start to feel comfortable what it's like to get the racket butt shooting out this way. Lots of people, again, they're set here, going like that, and you can see that you don't get as much power on it, and you're having to push more through the ball, and that one completely flew out on me. So we'll be back with our secret power killer on the backhand, number 2, coming right up. Okay, so here's our next silent killer on the backhand, silent killer number 2, and that is something I call hip lock, and especially happens when you are going to run for your backhand and that you're not doing what the pros are doing. You're coming here, you're stepping across too early with no momentum. Now I call this hip lock, because now when you go to hit your backhand, you feel like no power and you're just kind of like pushing and arching over like that. Have you ever noticed that on your local courts? And maybe you're watching this going, I do that. Where when the pros go, even if they're stepping across, that last move before they really step in and step across is they're loading here on the outside leg, and then they're powering into that backhand. You see how that looked a lot more natural? Coming here, loading, powering in, even if they're having to step out and across to get to the ball, that last move they're going to do is going to be a power move here and then there. So you notice even though I stepped across that ball, that I still made that power move to the outside leg and then pushed in to where if you come like this and then you get stuck here, then you go to hit, then you're going to get no power. So this is something you really got to work on. You want to, again, you can put a towel here, you can have a topspin pro, and what you can do is work on moving to a ball, setting to the outside leg, and then come right in there and power in. Getting set, coming up and powering in, getting set, pushing in forward. Okay, super, super important exercise if you want to start to flow and move to balls and hit them hard. I find that a lot of people, when they have a one-hander, have a tough time hitting a hard, solid backhand on the run. Okay, so silent killer number 3, and a lot of people don't think about this, they forget about this, is when they go to hit, they're getting here, they're getting set, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they let go of their non-dominant hand, they forget about it. And then they go to hit, and lots of times this has them open up too early. Okay, especially sometimes that offhand will have momentum forward and go like this. This is when that's like an extreme case. But you really want to get the idea of using your offhand for counterbalance and get yourself into something I call the Fed puff. At the very least, you will look impressive at your club. Even if your backhand still stinks, it's going to look good, okay? So the Fed puff, I'll show you from the front here and from the back, is the idea of when you're going, you're hitting that backhand, you're puffing that chest out to the side fence, and you're pushing your offhand back, okay? In the beginning, even if you have to make it look a little forced and mechanical, that's okay, because it's something you're going to have to think about. So really think about just pushing it away, both going away from each other. You can take some balls, you can get set, you can bounce it, and practice that Fed puff. Here you go, you get set, bounce it, practice that Fed puff one more time, getting set, balance up, practicing that Fed puff opposite directions. We'll show you some from the back. Okay, so here we go. Again, you can practice the shadow stroke game here, coming up, coming back, making sure you're getting that racket back there, pulling and pushing away. Have the arms going opposite directions, Fed puff, really puff out that chest to the side fence, and just keep practicing that until you feel good about your stroke, that you want to demo some for yourself. So you come here, getting set, and stroking and pulling away. That felt pretty good. Again, we're going to get set, up, down, pulling opposite directions. Again, really focusing on that Fed puff. And we'll do one more. Getting set, focus on that Fed puff through. And every time you can see that backhand is staying on the opposite side of my hip. If it stays on this side of my hip, then I know that I could be pulling. Watch what it looks like when I pull. You see that? And then I come open like that. Not that that was a bad backhand, I kind of got away with that, but you want to be careful about opening too soon. That's when balls can really spray on you. So let's be back to recap, and I'm also going to tell you about something awesome I have going on for our 7-day Upgrade Your Backhand Challenge. Okay, so let's recap those 3 silent killers on the one-handed backhand. Number 1 is the power position that I want you to find back here. Lots of people are not finding that. They're stopping about here, and they're hitting a really weak backhand by keeping the racket butt facing the ball the entire time. We need that racket butt to come out and face the side fence. Once you get comfortable with that, you're going to find that you're going to be able to have more spin and power on the ball. Silent killer number 2 is something I call hip lock, which can happen on any backhand, but especially when you're running, people tend to commit here too early without this momentum step into the ball, right? They just come here with no momentum step, and now they're having to swing across their body, and they feel stuck, and their hips are locked, and there's no power going on. Silent killer number 3 is that you completely forget about your offhand and to use it for something I call the Fed puff. Instead, you're taking this offhand, you're actually bringing it forward lots of times with your hit, which is open your shoulders too early. The ball can tend to spray on you everywhere. This is when you feel I have no control on the ball. Instead, you want to implement that Fed puff where you come up, you come down, out. Fed puff looks really, really nice. And so if you do those 3 things, you're going to upgrade that one-hand backhand. But I got something even better for you. We're going to come out with a 7-day Upgrade Your Backhand Challenge, just like we did the serve challenge and the forehand challenge. Here comes the backhand challenge. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be teaching you how to do everything from getting more spin, more power, more control and accuracy on that backhand. We're going to learn the topspin backhand. We're going to be going through the slice backhand. And since I'm in the works, I'm in the lab working on it, I got something really awesome for you. My early bird special is great because what you're going to do is get a 2-for-1 deal. I made a course called Backhand Mastery a couple years ago where I took one of my favorite students of all time, Mike, and we brought him through a 12-week program. We sold that for $97, and really it was worth so much more than that because you were following his tennis lessons that he was getting each and every week. Plus, I give my own bonus videos in there that teaches you all the basics, all the drills, everything you're going to need to know on the backhand. And right now, you can start watching that to get ready for the 7-day backhand challenge, 100% free. So it's a 2-for-1 deal to where you get Backhand Mastery, which is a 12-week program, and you get the 7-day backhand challenge for one price of $67. And then also notice when you go to the next page, if you want to get all my challenges for the rest of the year, I'm going to do something crazy for you, okay? So just check it out. It's pretty cool. Go to the link, and I can't wait to get you into that challenge. This is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go down and ask your questions, and look at the comments section too, because a lot of times I'll have a cool bonus link or how you can get to the page. So check out the comments section, leave a comment, ask a question, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video on the backhand. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. It's getting even more awesome. I said it was a 2-for-1 deal. I actually made that video a little while ago before all the craziness took place. As you can tell from the beginning of that video, it was starting to get crazy, then it got really crazy. And the more crazy things get, the more crazy I get. So you're actually gonna get a 4-for-1 deal because the new challenge is a 7-day backhand challenge. We're calling this the 14-day Tennis Terminator Challenge, where it's 3 challenges rolled into one. But I'm also going to give you that backhand course I talked about, Backhand Mastery, which is an amazing 12-week course. Since I did say it on the video, I'm not going to take that away from you. But here's what I'm going to add instead: is a 7-day backhand challenge, which is going to be amazing. A 7-day picture perfect challenge, where what we do is we go over all the strokes in full detail, and then you have to practice and show me a picture perfect stroke, because there's actually a private lesson component to this where I will be analyzing your video each and every day if you want to send me a video. It's very, very fun, very cool. Our members love it. Also, we're going to do a 14-day fitness and weight loss challenge because I know sitting around the house or the apartment, you know, people can get sluggish. And then finally, like I said, if you want to do, right, here's everything you're going to get, these 3 challenges. But if you want to get all my challenges for the year, you can also unlock it for just $99, which is crazy because look at everything you can get. You can get the 30-day tennis technique and fitness challenge, which we just finished. The 7-day backhand challenge, which basically we're just starting. The 4-day upgrade your forehand volley challenge. And then we got another 4-day upgrade your backhand volley challenge. This is all coming up, by the way. A 7-day doubles specialty shot challenge. A 7-day mixology challenge. This is about mixing up all your spins, topspin, slice, flat to totally dumbfound your opponent and be that unpredictable player that seems to win all the time. The 7-day picture perfect challenge, which we're going to go through as well in this challenge. The 7-day double backhand challenge. The 7-day weight loss challenge. Actually, it's a 14-day weight loss challenge right now. This is what we're getting ready to do. So you can see we're doing a lot right now in this challenge alone. The 7-day accuracy challenge, the 7-day power generator challenge, and the 7-day consistency challenge. You get all that when you sign up for your yearly pass. So the choice is yours right now. You can just sign up for $67 and you can get a 4-for-1 deal, or you can pretty much get a whole calendar's worth of challenges for the yearly pass. And I cannot wait to see you on the inside. This is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching. Thanks for watching this video, and let's do this.